Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, as well as the vast majority of crypto and finance. And with that being said, I don't think that I need to even ask you guys if you are doing good or if you are doing bad today, right? I do hope everybody's having a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are out there in the world, but I don't think that it is a great day for everyone out there because the market has wiped out a lot of money today. And in the process, well, the entire market crashed drastically. As we look at a few things, right? Top 24-hour gainers, there's pretty much nothing. Top losers, well, across the board, it is double-digit losses on altcoins. Now, a lot of people are probably panicking right now, but ultimately speaking, this is normal for crypto. As the halving is 6 days away, it's almost 7 days away, right? Six days, 23 hours. What did I tell you guys? As we get closer to the halving, a pullback is most likely going to happen. A 20% pullback is something that we were watching for. Now, right now, currently speaking, Bitcoin on the 24-hour span is down about roughly 5.85%. The full extension, I think, it's down like about 10% or something like that. So there still is a little bit of a ways down that we could go. And ultimately speaking, we could go down to the mid $50,000 range is what we've been looking at, right? Now, do we have to go that low? No, but it is a possibility, and I do think that we should prepare for that accordingly. The best way to prepare, and it's something that I've been saying for well over a month now, is to have stable coins on the sidelines and making sure that you are not emotionally attached to your high conviction plays. Keep them on the sidelines, but make sure that you have stable coins as well. And it's days like this on why you make sure that you have stable coins. Now, a lot of people have questioned, Nick, why would I have stablecoins when I could just buy with cash? Guys, the stablecoins, you don't have to wait for them to settle or anything. They're there. They're already in the account. That's why I like to have stablecoins on the sidelines, because they can easily be moved around to DEXs, you name it. But outside of this, right, liquidation. So initially there was $200 million of leveraged Bitcoin and crypto positions liquidated in just 1 hour. But after a little bit of time, 24 hours later, right, $855 million liquidated. Now, you might say, well, that's not much, right? Well, this is the spark to the flame. This really starts it, and it spreads rapidly. So that's exactly what ended up happening. Now, what was the initial reasoning behind all of this? Well, there's a few things that we could actually look at. Now, I posted something over on X initially once I woke up, and that was talking more so about the major bank earnings, right? There was major bank earnings that got released early in the morning on the 12th, and this was bank earnings, shares of JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, and Citi head lower. And even, I think also, so they included BlackRock and State Street. But this was major banks and they all declined. Now, this is when we start to see a major sell-off across the board in terms of stocks, which also led into crypto selling off heavily, leading to liquidations and further downtrend. Now, even here, I said again, this could be the start of a much larger pullback where the mid $50,000 region could be targeted. Now, outside of this, right, is this something to be concerned about? No. I said the markets needed a reset, and technically, yes, the entire market reset today. If you go and look at open interest around Bitcoin and most of the market, open interest has now completely reset. What was I saying for the last few weeks? I kept saying how most of the moves in this market were all made by illiquid meme coins and trash coins. And here's an actual article regarding this, March 18th, right? Meme coin pre-sales hit peak degeneracy with over 100 million raised in 3 days. Yeah, here's my post. This is legit peak degeneracy, aping $180,000 and $90,000 into meme coins. It's absolutely insane how we are still in this phase of the market. But the same exact thing that I said in a video where I quoted this post was, when you start to see things like this, when you start to see a lot of people gambling into meme coins and you see these absurd, $72,000 turn into $30 million, like, this is a major, major warning sign, right? And even in this post that I made, I said, these are the 6 main reasons why we were expecting an inevitable sell-off. Large accounts launching illiquid trash coins, millions being sent to random wallets for pre-launch and pre-sales, thousands of new meme coins flooding in, bull post after bull post, market at max greed levels for weeks, mainstream media pushing $100,000 plus Bitcoin targets. The market has been red hot the last few weeks in all of the wrong ways. Which was only telling us that a major correction was inevitable. A reset of the market is simply wiping out the bullish sentiment, eviscerating over-leveraged positions, which we just saw today, and crashing the party. The move in the market will soon be a blip on the macro chart. These days aren't easy, but they are crucial for the healthy price action to be realized in. Survive this crash and you will experience the up only part of the cycle. This is what separates the weak from the strong. Keep emotions out of this game, remain calm and patient, focus on the big picture. Bitcoin already hit new all-time highs. Most altcoins have barely moved, still 50% to 80% plus away from all-time highs, and the herd is barely here despite what you have heard. We are just getting started. And yes, when we look at this space, guys, focus on where the money has been. I've talked about this on multiple occasions. Everyone can go over here to CoinMarketCap and look at the gainers and the losers in the top 100, the top 500, and even the top all. This is the top gainers. Guys, these are all illiquid garbage coins. Here, I'll just grab one random coin here. This thing has $45.4 million in market cap. This is the chart for it. All right. So for a while there, look at the 24-hour trading volume. Sub $100,000. Then all of a sudden, it gets shilled everywhere. And off of just a couple $1 million, this thing starts going parabolic. That is all it takes, because these coins are illiquid. All of these coins are just trash. And it's not me being the guy that's salty about this. I could care less if, people are making money about it. I think that's great. But this is the issue, right? Where everyone's saying, oh, well, the bull market's back because, this and that's going crazy. Guys, that's not euphoria. That's not alt season happening. That is illiquid trash moving on practically no volume. Now, another big warning sign for this correction was the dollar. On March 23rd, I put out this post. I said, this is not a good sign for risk on assets. The dollar is peaking above an almost 2-year downtrend. This is the only chart I am watching come Monday. This is a bearish signal at the moment until it rejects. Now, again, if we look at the dollar today, it hit about roughly 106. At the time that I posted this, it was at about roughly 104.5. It took a little bit of time for it to fully push, but it got there. And here we have over here from a bar chart, US dollar index trades green for a 4th consecutive day and closes at the highest level since November 3rd. Here you have the chart for it, 106. Again, this is concerning because this is now fully breaking out. But the question is this about to have a major sell-off? One thing that I've been really looking at is the key indicators. If we go over here to TradingView and we go look at the DXY, I have this macro trend line. So this goes all the way back, and this is on the monthly span, by the way. This goes all the way back here to 1985. All right. If we look at where we are at right now on the DXY, we could obviously see a nice little peak here so far. The key level here to really watch is 106.63, because once we get a monthly close over this, or even once we break over roughly a 107, we're going to pump to 109 on the dollar. This is not bullish for crypto. Like I said, this is actually bearish. The dollar gaining momentum is bearish for risk on assets. But the thing is, and the key thing to really kind of watch for is a rejection, either one around this level, or we go up here and we tap that trend line. Are we going to break out of that trend line? I doubt it. On the weekly here, you could also argue that the downtrend from back here in 2022, you could argue that we're already breaking out. This is what it looks like. We already got a back test of this trend line, and now we're breaking out, which is telling us that the only key level to really watch for is either the rejection at 106.70, somewhere within this range, 106 to roughly 108 almost, a rejection from there, or we just push even higher to roughly the 109 area. And we could even go a little bit higher than that, going all the way back up to around like roughly 110, 111 within that range. But the dollar has so far broken out, which told us everything that we needed to know about what was happening and what was coming next. But is this the end all be all? Is this done? Is crypto topped out? No. Again, when we look at the dollar, the key thing to focus on is the dollar will inevitably sell off. Why is this the case? Well, because there's a large amount of levels that the dollar still needs to break out of, and its key significant resistance zones that have heavily rejected in the past. Also, if we look at the liquidity cycles, and if we look at crypto following liquidity cycles, we are not done yet. Now, I don't agree with the targets set on this chart at about roughly like $200,000 to $300,000 to $400,000 on Bitcoin, but this is what we would be expecting in terms of the dollar rallying into the halving, then selling off after. This has happened in previous cycles every single time, essentially. Once we get this rally and once the dollar sells off, that's when Bitcoin skyrockets. That's also when we really look at altcoins. Now, talking about that, Bitcoin dominance. This is the key focus right now. This is also breaking out. I actually have this chart open over here. So this is Bitcoin dominance. Now, I put out a warning behind this as well. We are about 2 days away from the new weekly candle on the Bitcoin dominance chart. Guys, I put out a post on March 25th talking about Bitcoin dominance. I said April 15th, week of, is decision time for Bitcoin dominance. We could break out / down beforehand, but I'm watching this chart closely. If Bitcoin starts a big move to the upside while this chart breaks down, then altcoins are about to have a massive run. If Bitcoin starts a big move to the upside while this chart breaks out, though, then altcoins will take the back seat until Bitcoin dominance gets weak and rejects. Also, considering the fact that Bitcoin is taking a leap of faith down while this chart goes up, this is causing altcoins to have the massive drops that they are seeing on the 24-hour span. You could take this with, a grain of salt and say, all right, well, it sucks, but it's also very beneficial because it's providing us an incredible opportunity right before the big moves to the upside that are happening. They are going to happen. We know this from prior cycles. This time is not different. We are earlier on the run-up, which means that we top even earlier, which I will also address. But regardless, right, this is where we really were looking at having a big move on Bitcoin dominance, and it happened just a couple days earlier. It's fine, doesn't matter. We are now getting this big breakout to the upside. My initial target on this chart is just 58%, 57.98%. And the reason why is because this is the level that we would need to actually flip for Bitcoin dominance to break out significantly higher. How high are we talking about? Well, roughly around 59%, almost 60% would be the key level to really kind of look at for a major rejection. But this means that Bitcoin dominance is very close to topping out, in my opinion, which will also lead for altcoins to have a big breakout to the upside. And also, big shout out to Roman Trading. We have Bitcoin dominance and Bitcoin have been running up for 2 years. Bitcoin dominance broke its bull flag and is continuing higher. As a basis, Bitcoin should break its bull flag and continue higher as well. If you know about the liquidity cycle, this lines up perfect for Bitcoin to Ethereum to alt season. And yes, that's why we focus on Bitcoin dominance. And that's also why we are talking a little bit more about altcoins and what they are about to do. XRP is also not shy to this. XRP, in my opinion, is also about to have a big move to the upside, at least to retest some significant levels. Big shout out to Credible Crypto. He's also been focused on the XRP Bitcoin Pair. Again, so have I. Down here is all of the demand zone in terms of the XRP Bitcoin Pair on where we do see significant upside movements off of and significant impulses. Now, the thing is that this is not just, oh, hey, it's just going to go spring back into action and go parabolic. No. We will probably grind here for a little bit before we get that big move to the upside. That's also why when we look over here at Credible Crypto's chart, he has this, drawing a little bit where we have XRP rebounding to about roughly 62, 63 cents, then back testing about 55 cents. You take this as an opportunity as well to buy up more XRP sub 60 cents at some discounted prices. And then from there, we really kind of break out of that 75-cent zone, which allows XRP to go to 92 cents and then the 2021 all-time highs, the 2021 highs and then all-time highs. But we ended up taking these lows on XRP, which was a distinct possibility. I pointed out on my last vid update on it, tweet below. Unfortunately, I went aggressive and added to my position higher, so I didn't have the flexibility to add on this dip. With that being said, we want to now see a reclaim of the lost lows and a higher low, which could signal the start of XRP outperformance of Bitcoin. XRP Bitcoin pairing, if it closes strong in 2 days, is also in the process of potentially printing a weekly bullish divergence, which we will get further confirmation of at the next weekly close. Now, again, when we look at the XRP Bitcoin pair, this thing is heavily sold off. I mean, I'm looking at this thing on the weekly, and you could clearly see the RSI down here as being majorly oversold. This is the most oversold levels that we've seen since going all the way back to August of 2019 and even May of 2019, right around this time. Now, does that mean that we have to have a significant bounce? In my opinion, it typically leads to us having a significant bounce, and we did see that back here as well in August with an upward move, and we could actually look at this real quick. It was an upward move of roughly 59%. Now, a 59% move off of these lows down here, and I'm just going to go off of the mid range. So this would take us to about roughly almost that first initial level. Now, I don't think that we are going to have a move like this and then just instantly sell off. No, I actually think that we are going to continue, because this would essentially be at the same exact time that Bitcoin dominance looks as though it's ready to top out, and it looks like altcoins are about to steal the show. Now, the big thing to focus on is time frame wise. I already told you guys my opinion, right? Back on March 25th, right? I said, if I'm correct, then the market tops within 147 to 329 days. People will say, no way, we are pumping into the end of 2025, but they are failing to see where we are at right now in this cycle. The herd is nearly here. Mainstream is pumping crypto news. We are getting close. And yes, we are getting close. And I said, I'm still dead set on us topping within the next 140 to about 330 days. We will play it by where the market sentiment is, but too many people are still expecting a top in 2025. I'm going against the herd and exiting according to my plan. Now, the reason for this is if we are getting this close to alt season, where we have an initial top out, the same exact way that we saw back here in December of 2020, how long did the bull market actually last? Well, most altcoins actually topped out right around April of 2021. This was May of 2021. Again, most of the market already topped out during this time. That's about roughly 140 days. Even if we go back to April, it's like roughly 120 some days. if you go all the way into October and November of 2021, and we'll go all the way to the end of November, right? 336 days. This is why I'm saying, in terms of the timeline here, roughly 140 to 330 days. It's once we have an initial top on this chart, which it seems as though we could very well be close to it right here around this level. And by the way, this is on the weekly. This trend line could be dropped down a bit, and we could even move this up slightly. But regardless, I was going off of the monthly chart on Bitcoin dominance. As you guys can see here, this is what the chart looks like. But we did get the initial breakout in April, which was pretty much the month of a breakout or a breakdown on this chart. But the main thing to really kind of focus on here is just the time frame. From the time that we topped out to the time that most of the market fully topped, right? Because we have the top out back here, December of 2020. Alt season officially starting at the end of December. Most of the altcoins topped out around roughly April, May of 2021. Most of them did not see a new all-time high in the fall timeframe around October and November. Again, during this entire time, altcoins were topping out. So I'm more so looking at 140 to 330 days for the market to fully top out. Right now, again, all you have to do is remain calm and survive this pullback. It could be much deeper. We could still go down to the mid to low $50,000 range. I wouldn't be surprised if we did see that, but make sure to understand that this was needed. This was healthy for the overall price action. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys have more free content. If you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.